Hello everybody, this is Alberto Rigoni and you are watching for BassPlayersOnly.com.
Hi everyone, John Liebman here. You're watching for BassPlayersOnly.com, coming to you today on location in Venice, Italy. And if you don't believe me, just look over my shoulder. Our special guest today, Alberto Rigoni. How are you, Alberto?
Hello John, I'm great. We have a beautiful weather here in Venice.
Thank you for arranging that beautiful weather for us. Much appreciated.
It's because of you. It was raining yesterday, and then you arrived and everything is shining, so...
Well, what can I say? I was reading over the first interview we did on for BassPlayersOnly.com. It was back in May of 2012. Hard to believe. Your first album was already out, Something Different. I think you also had another album out. That was Rebirth. Is that the second one?
Correct. Yeah.
So it's been a few years since we talked. So I know you've been busy. Bring us up to date. What have you been up to?
Yeah, time is flying, getting older, white hair. Many things. I work on many projects, and first of all, after Rebirth album, I released Three Wise Monkeys, which is my third solo album.
Let's say that, make sure everybody got Three Wise Monkeys?
Yeah, Three Wise Monkeys.
Okay.
You know the Japanese legend of the wise monkeys. And after that, I released in 2014, and Overloaded. It's an instrumental album.
Overloaded,
right?
Tell me a little bit about your bass technique, because I'm familiar with your music, and I've heard your CDs, I've heard your albums, but what can you share with our followers here about how you approach your bass playing and your bass technique?
Yeah, first of all, I'm mostly self-taught. So what I learned is all by myself, and I learned a lot when I started playing bass, because I was doing dream theater songs. So there is a lot of virtuoso bass playing. So
John Mayung.
Yeah, right. I was used to practice like 8 hours every day, very hard, and I remember I don't know how it's called in calluses in my hands, and I practiced a lot on the fingerstyle technique. I'm not really good in slap. I mean, just a few stuff, but
there's a really good book called Funk Bass. That's a
I really
book.
love funk, I love fingerstyle. I don't even play pick.
Yeah.
Some tapping sometimes, I like that. But what I tried to develop in the years was not really a high technique, but I tried to focus on the tone, and because I think it's all about our finger, so I really focused to get the tone I like. Which is mostly mid-oriented, a lot of mids. I like punchy mids, so my aim was to get the tone I love. So I focused more on groove and tone and not more on virtuoso playing. I was really, when I started playing bass, I was really amazed by virtuoso songs, virtuoso players. Now I'm more for less notes, but at the right time and with the right tone.
With the emphasis on the music.
Yeah, and I would say I feel more a composer than a bass player. I like to make music and not just chops. I'm more for music now.
Well, you've got both, because your compositions are great and you do have plenty of chops.
Thank you a lot.
Let's talk a little bit about your equipment, because I know you play a lot of instruments, Warwick and F-bass and some others. And last time I remember you were telling me about Dingwall and how you like the fan fretted system. But tell me a little bit about your equipment.
Yeah, well, indeed, I'm affected by gas, as many bass player, and I love many different kind of basses, because all the brands I use are great, and just different, and every bass inspires me to create different music. And Dingo was amazing because when I discovered Dingo, I was not aware about finite fret system before, and I said, "Wow, what's that?" And I need to have one, and so I started playing Dingo. I remember the first time I was a bit, worried because about the finite fret
Yeah.
thing, but I realized,
Until you actually play it and you say, "Hey, this is nothing to be afraid of."
yeah, because it's something more related to our mind. But when you play and start playing, in 5 minutes you get used to. So it's really easy, and even for some kind of songs and technique is even more comfortable because it follows the position of the hand. So it's very very interesting, and Dingwall, the finite fret system allows you to have multi-scale instruments. So you got a very balanced tone between the strings. You got killer low B because you have a 37-inch scale on the
Right.
B, and also the intonation is great because every string has its own length. So and they are just great basses, absolutely.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
How about the future, Alberto? You've done a lot. You've got 5 solo records plus all your other projects. What about the future? I think you still have a lot of energy and a lot of notes left in you. What else can we look forward to seeing and hearing from Alberto Rigoni?
Yeah, well, I've just released the Bassorama album 1 month ago, and it's funky electro pop album, mostly instrumental and featuring bass players such as Stu Ham, Divinity Rocks, Nick West, Doug Wimbish, and many others. And
I've interviewed all of those people.
yeah, I love them, and they are, my idols. And this album is really different than my previous one because I felt the need to do something different. I was in a totally different mood, and so I started experimenting with also with new bass sounds with pedals, and it's very very different than experimental album. I'm really happy with the results, and people is liking it. Also,
I like it.
I got a review on Rolling Stone magazine in Germany, so I'm
Really?
honored. It's incredible.
Good
me.
for you. What else? You must have something else percolating in your brain right now. You have another project. Tell us about that briefly.
Yeah. Okay. So I had a new idea. That's a really a premiere. How can I say? I'm gonna work with Barend Kurboy. He's Dutch bass player for Blind Guardian. The metal band.
Yeah.
And we are planning to do a band with 2 basses, a singer and a drummer, and in metal style and really powerful. So just basses, with a fuzz, distortion, and I already composed some songs, and I think it's gonna be really cool.
Well, we will look forward to that.
This project will be called Badass,
Okay.
and we are planning also to tour. Maybe, well, no rush. It's something happening probably next year. Also because now, a few days ago, we completed the mix and mastering session of Vivaldi Metal Project. Maybe you heard about this. It's a project where I'm the co-producer, and we together with Mysteria, which is a keyboard player and piano player, we rearranged Vivaldi's 4 seasons in a metal key, involving more than 130 musicians from all the world, and orchestras and choir. It's a huge project and very 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 stressful because we went mad to get this album done, and it will be released in July. Also, we scored a deal with King Records in Japan, so we are really proud of.
Good for
this.
you.
And see what's happened. What will happen? I don't know about we are proud of the result because it really sounds cool.
Well, one of the things I admire about you and your music is one album is it doesn't. No two albums sound alike. Each one is a different concept and something different, and I admire that. So we will look forward to seeing and hearing all that stuff. It's very exciting, and congratulations on all of that. It is great catching up with you again. Let's not wait another 4 years before we get together again, because I'd like to hear more about.
I wish to meet before. Maybe I can come to.
Come to the U.S. You are invited.
Thank you.
All right, Alberto Rigoni.
Thank you very much.
Great catching up.
Great. Thank you so much for this interview, and thanks to
all the great people at ForBassPlayersOnly.com.
Sorry for my English is not really perfect, but
well, sometimes my English isn't 100% either.
I'm trying to do my best.
On location in Venice, Italy, with Alberto Rigoni.
Ciao.
I'm John Liebman. You're watching ForBassPlayersOnly.com.